Hey, it's me, Kati, and I want to talk to you about what are the best schools in Northbrook, Illinois. So here's the bottom line truth. Every school in Northbrook is actually good. That is the truth. Any school in Northbrook is actually a really, really good school. And that is one thing about Northbrook that makes it great, is because all of the schools in the town are really good. Now, when I say really good, what does really good mean? Of course, it really means that it's a great education. Any school that you send your children to in Northbrook, they are going to get a great education. But let me really break it down for you and what the schools really look like. So there are 4 real districts in Northbrook, and I say real districts because these are the main school districts. You have District 28, District 27, District 30, and District 31. Now there are 2 other school districts at the very, very outskirts of town that actually do not feed into Northbrook schools. One feeds into New Trier and the other one feeds into Wheeling. So you want to make sure that you're actually looking at the correct school districts, and those are the 4 main school districts that I just mentioned. Before we begin, let's talk about how I'm going to kind of group the schools. I group them by the junior highs, and the junior highs each has 1, 2, 3 grade schools associated with it. So those are the feeder schools, and that's how they come up to the junior highs. So when I'm talking about the districts, I'm talking about District 28, which has Northbrook Junior High as its junior high, District 30, which has Maple as its junior high, District 27 that has Wood Oaks Junior High, and District 31 that has Field School, and that's actually its junior high as well. So one thing that people talk to me about when I'm showing them around town and I'm talking to them about the schools is there are 2 junior highs that actually are a split district. So that means you can live in Glenview and go to Field, or you can go to Maple. Now those are the split junior highs, and that means that once these kids hit high school, they're going to either go to Glenbrook North, which is the Northbrook High School, or they're going to go to Glenbrook South, which is the Glenview High School. So those are the 2 districts. Now you may think that you don't want your kids to be in a split junior high. And I do get a lot of people who say, I want my kids to go all the way from grade school to high school with these kids. The good thing about the split junior highs is that the kids actually have a lot more friends. They have friends going to Glenbrook North and Glenbrook South. So some people hate it and some people love it. That's all personal preference. So let's start with District 28. District 28 has 3 grade schools attached to it. That's Meadowbrook, Westmoor, and Greenbriar. Now, District 28 is like your downtown school district. It's right in downtown Northbrook. So if you want something right in the train station area, that's going to be District 28. Typically, the homes are a little bit smaller in downtown District 28. If you go over to the east side of 28, they're going to be a little bit larger, but you always have to cross Waukegan to get to the schools. So if you are east of Waukegan and you're in East Northbrook, you can find much, much larger homes, higher price point. However, the kids, like I said, are always going to have to go across Waukegan. There's usually a crossing guard there during the weeks, but that's just something to keep in mind, is that if you want your kids walking to school, you're going to want to stay right there in District 28 in downtown Northbrook. So the grade schools are actually quite close to each other. Westmoor, Greenbriar, and Meadowbrook, they're actually all right there in downtown Northbrook, and all 3 of those schools are fantastic. District 28 does offer full-day kindergarten. In addition, they do have some special services for kids who might need special support. So that's really a place where a lot of people do look when they have kids that do need special support, is District 28. District 28 is also probably where you're going to find your most expensive homes, and the homes are real tight together. So you have kind of a tight community as well. Being in that District 28, not everybody loves being right on top of each other, but some people really do love that sense of community. Again, District 28 is going to go to Northbrook Junior High. Northbrook Junior High is also somewhat in downtown Northbrook too. So it's very easy for the kids to get to school riding their bikes if they live west of Waukegan Road. So District 28, the boundary on the north is actually Lake Cook Road. It's kind of a big area. The boundary on the west is Finkston. The boundary on the south is Illinois, but there is a little jut out there that kind of brings in a couple of other newer homes. And the boundary on the east actually goes up to Sunset Ridge Road. Remember, I did say that there is that little part of Northbrook that does go into New Trier, and that is in that area as well. So District 30. District 30 is also in somewhat of a downtown Northbrook location, but it's a bit south of downtown. So remember what I said, the junior high is Maple Junior High, and that is a split one. So that does have kids in it from Glenview and Northbrook in it. So the boundaries in District 30, On the north, it's Woodlawn. On the east, it's actually Waukegan Road. On the south, it goes all the way down to Willow. But when you go further south, basically down to where Glenbrook Hospital is, and then you cut over, that is actually the boundary of District 30 as well. Gets a little confusing because you have Glenview and Northbrook in the same district, but once you look at a map, it'll help a lot. The great schools in District 30 are Willowbrook and Wescott. Willowbrook is actually in Glenview, and Wescott is in Northbrook. And one of the things that I hear about District 30 is that their math program is really good, and their educational programs are actually really, really good. Again, all the schools in Northbrook are great, but maybe if you're looking more towards math program, you might be interested in that. One thing about Wescott, which I think is kind of a fun fact, is that if the kids go to Wescott, it's really only one of the locations in all of Northbrook where the kids can actually get on their own to the grade school, the junior high, and the high school without a bus or without a car. To get to Maple Junior High, it's on the south side of Glenbrook North. So that means it's maybe a little bit further, but a bike ride just take a couple minutes to get over there. So that's something kind of a fun fact that you might not know. The homes in District 30, you're going to have homes that are a little bit larger and ones that are a little bit smaller, but they're not quite as small as some of the ones in District 28. In addition, if you're looking maybe for a larger piece of property with a larger home, maybe it's newer, they do have more newer construction in District 30, and you want to be close to the train, that might be a great option for you in District 30 because it is sort of close to downtown Northbrook, but it's not right in downtown Northbrook, so you get a little more space in your homes. And they also do have a wide variety of nice ranches and splits and colonials as well in District 30. Moving on to District 27, on the north, you are going to find the boundary line being at Lake Cook Road. On the east, it's going to be Finkston. On the south, it kind of juts out a little bit because it's really Techney. And on the west, it actually does go all the way over to Sanders, which is at the tollway. District 27, I do like District 27 a lot. The homes are newer, I would say, comparatively in Northbrook. So when I say newer, that to me means, the 80s and the 90s. So the layouts are a little bit more modern, I would say. Some of the homes need to be updated. The lots are also a nice size as well. So the neat thing about Wood Oaks is that once the kids start kindergarten, they actually are all together all the way through junior high. Now, some people might like that and some people might not, but they do have a couple of different schools. So the first one is Hickory Point, which is kind of up on the north. That's pre-K through second grade. Once the kids are done with second grade, they're going to move over to Shabonee, which is actually on Finkston. And Shabonee is going to take them through the fifth grade. After that, then they're going to move to Wood Oaks, which is on Sanders. And Wood Oaks Junior High, it has a really nice campus with a pond and a park and tennis courts. It's part of the Park District area as well over there. So Wood Oaks Junior High is probably the furthest that you're going to be from Glenbrook North. So you just want to keep in mind that that can be kind of a haul if you are all the way on the west side of town going into Glenbrook North. Now, there are a couple places in District 28 that are pretty far north as well. So you just want to keep in mind, how far is it when your kids get to high school? Are they taking the bus? Are you driving them? How are they getting to school? There are buses everywhere in Northbrook for the kids going to schools. So District 31 is the southwestmost district in Northbrook. Remember, that's also a split district. That's between Glenview and Northbrook too. Now, the boundaries on that are to the east. It's a little difficult to tell you exactly where the boundaries are. It's a couple blocks west of Finkston. However, it does basically shoot all the way down Finkston, going all the way to Lake, which is all the way in Glenview on the south side. On the south side, you're actually going to take Euclid, and it essentially runs up the Des Plaines River on the west. And on the north, it goes just north of Mission Hills Country Club, which is in Northbrook. So it's kind of a unique map as well. One thing about District 31 is that the homes are all pretty much built in the 80s and the 90s. They don't have a lot of really old homes, which means the homes are bigger. So you're going to get some big homes, you're going to get some really big homes, and you're going to get some nice layouts there as well. The thing about District 31 is that it is closest to the tollway. So if you're really thinking you want to be close to the tollway, which is to the airport or up to Wisconsin, District 31 is an easy drive. If you need to get to the Edens from District 31, it can be a bit of a haul, especially if you're in the Glenview area, because you do have to go all the way over and there's not necessarily a really easy way. So you would just want to think about that. Now, Winkleman is the pre-K through fifth grade school, and that is in Glenview. And then the kids actually go to Field, which is 6th, 7th, and 8th for the junior high. Again, you've got the kids going all the way from grade school through junior high, but it is a split district. So you do have those kids, some going to Glenbrook South and some going to Glenbrook North. So I know I said I was going to tell you what the best one is. What is the best school in Northbrook? Honestly, you can talk to any single person in Northbrook and they'll tell you that their school is the best. And the reason why is because the engagement in the community, the teachers, the educational system, the score scores. The opportunities for these kids are unbelievable at these schools. So it's hard to say which school is best, but what I do know is that Glenbrook North is one of the top ranked high schools around in the state of Illinois. Glenbrook North is a great school. That's actually where I went to school. Kids went to school there as well. It has a lot of opportunities for kids. There's basically about 2,000 students in the school, which means that that is an opportunity for kids to actually participate in some activities. If you're at a bigger school like New Trier or Stevenson, it's very hard sometimes for kids to make the sporting teams or to excel because those schools are 4,000 or 5,000 students. Glenbrook North, typically you're going to know your graduating class by the time you do graduate. They've got a lot of great programs for accelerated students at Glenbrook North, as well as the students that need additional help. You're going to find that it's a welcoming community, along with the fact that the teachers are outstanding at Glenbrook North. Is there a best school in Northbrook? Probably not. All of the schools in Northbrook are great. Truly, truly fantastic. So while I might be a little biased, I do think all the schools are really great in Northbrook. So if you're here to the end, it means that you are really interested in what I have to say about the Chicagoland suburbs. So I want to make sure that you don't miss anything. Like and subscribe to my channel. I have a lot of great information that comes out about the Chicagoland suburbs, what you need to know, especially if you are thinking of moving to the suburbs. If you are thinking about moving to the suburbs, I've got a link below. You can go ahead and set a free appointment with me. You can go ahead and set a free, no obligation appointment with me to talk about what your buying needs are. What are you looking for? What suburb do you want to look in? Maybe you have no idea where to start. Well, you know what? That link below is your answer to knowing where to start your home search. So make sure you go ahead and set an appointment with me, or go ahead and search on our website. We've got everything down below that you need to get your home search started. I hope that this was valuable for you. Reach out anytime, and thanks for watching.